Okay, we're going to talk about extraterrestrials. We're going to talk about what's happening in the next 2 years. We're going to talk about the feminine era, which I just shot a video on. Doesn't seem to be all that interesting to people. It seems like we like drama and trauma more. Well, I'm going to tell you something that's going on. You can choose it. You can experience it. And you can also choose something very exciting that's going on. But I want to talk to you about what's going on out there in the media. Have you noticed it? It's very interesting. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. What would happen if we just didn't fear anything anymore? What would happen if you didn't have anything on the internet to look up that was sensational? Would you be bored? I think most people would. I think we are addicted as a human species to the drama. Well, let me share something with you that's going on right now. I'm going to talk about UFOs, extraterrestrials, UAPs, NHIs, and everybody's, no, it's NHI, non-human now. No, it's not. It's a UAP, not UFO. Who came up with those new terms? Who cares? All right, so I hope you subscribe, because today I'm going to talk to you about something, because I actually struggled to come up with a subject matter today, because the bottom line is the only thing I really have interest in telling you is that absolutely anything is at your fingertips. You are 100% the creator of your reality. No one else is responsible for your feelings. No one. Everything is connected, so everything you oppose, you actually oppose within yourself, which creates more negativity and conflict. You don't even realize you're doing it. There is an end at this rainbow, and there is a pot of gold there, but for some reason, nobody's going there, and they see where the rainbow ends, and nobody's going there. Just, oh, look, there's a rainbow. Oh, there's a storm. Oh, there's a UFO. I've noticed that the internet information right now, the media, is stagnant. It's the same old subjects being tossed back around. How many times can you talk about disclosure? How many more whistleblowers can come out? How many more people can talk about abduction? How many more? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Well, I'm going to share with you right here, right now, that absolutely there is non-human intelligence, and it's not just a craft from another planet. It's endless non-human intelligence. They're here. They've always been here. They're underground. They're up there. You can't even see them half the time. There are orbs. There are human forms and intelligence beyond our imagination that we don't even see, that's in this room. There are things that we as humans cannot understand, and yet we continue to fight it. We continue to say that there is a right or a wrong, or they're right or they're wrong, and we are in conflict constantly with ourselves. Everything exists. Everything is a choice. There is no right nor wrong, good nor bad, except for in the choice you make. So if you decide there is, then so it is, because everything's possible. Everything is possible. Have you noticed that nobody has anything new to talk about except for whatever it is they have chosen, which lane they've chosen? So sometimes they want to just bring you the nasty on the people that are doing all this stuff out there, and they appear to be these, you know, these light workers, these good people. The fact that they're even bringing that stuff all the time probably is putting fear in you, right? If it is, shut it down. They may not even intentionally be doing it. It might be a little boring coming up. It just might be a little boring. When you stop arguing and you realize there's nothing you can't go after, and once you start achieving goals, you realize the thrill is sort of gone when you get there, because it's never about getting stuff or things or accolades. It's not about any of that. You realize you've gone past the ups and downs of being a human being that requires certain things to take place in order to feel good. And some of you are struggling and suffering, and you can change all that too. There is always a way. There is always an answer. And there is nothing below your capabilities. Everyone can perform miracles. And there are 1,001 theories on our archaeology. I have been watching that, and now I sort of like stopped watching that because every single person had a completely different take on it and also contradict the other person. Then, of course, they're slamming each other sometimes, not all the time, about so-and-so said this, and God forbid one of them, insinuate that there were extraterrestrials here. I'm sorry, but look at all of our ancient carvings and paintings and buildings and everything. Of course, they're still here. All the above. Why is this so difficult for us to be open to that? Does it matter? Are you threatened by that? Ask yourself, if something you don't believe in, does it threaten you? Does it? It doesn't have to threaten you. You can still hang on to whatever beliefs you have. Can you let somebody else believe something different than you? That's what this is all about. Choice, creating something amazing in a very dense world. We're going to be a little bored if we choose the path of peace. It's going to be a little boring. It's going to take a total mind shift for you to go into the fact that you can now actually go after the things that you desire as a human being and achieve them. You're also going to have to accept the fact that it takes real action and that no one is going to do anything for you. So you guys know that Digital Explorers, I'm up for most fundable companies in the U.S. for 2025, Pepperdine University. My company's been recognized as a planet conscious, creating entrepreneurs who are actually doing good things, who actually take control and responsibility for what they're creating and getting to create things that nobody ever told them they could before. It's really out there kind of stuff that it's very exciting. It's very exciting. And they're excited because there's a platform where you're never told, no, you can't do that. We find a market for it. We monetize it. And then you learn business skills. But the bottom line is, our focus now is what happens when your trauma goes and you have to actually focus on doing something really amazing that feels good. You may gravitate toward the self-sabotage. And that's what a lot of people do. I see it all the time. Why? There's something exciting about it. And so the internet will remain and continue to throw all this controversy up there because they don't have anything else to talk about that's controversial anymore. Now, we will have events coming up. So I talked about this. We have egos that are going to purposely create drama and conflict because they really want to eliminate anybody who is not of their thinking. There will be a lot of that going on, but it doesn't if you don't participate. It can't if you don't participate. It's just that simple. It's insanity. It's insane. Why are we doing this? Why are we opposing one another? Why are we insulting anyone? I looked on my neighborhood, little local neighborhood internet site community, and people they're so nasty to each other. People saying they were thinking of leaving the country, because of the hurricanes and insurance and the politics. And there were people that just had the nastiest things to say to them. Why? Somebody wants to do it. Why are you threatened by that, right? Why are you threatened by somebody else's thinking or opinion? You're not. Only if you have to control what others want and think that they have to think what you do. Think about this. If you're opposed, you want others to think like you. That's all it's boiled down to. No, I don't. I'm doing that because it's best for all of us, because you think it is. And somebody thinks something else is better. And so they have to criticize everything in that space that doesn't agree with them. It's conflict. You cannot escape that if you continue to take a side. You can't escape it. You cannot go into the 5D space where you don't have limits, because you're still limiting yourself. It's a choice. 5D isn't something that just happens to you. It's not going to happen to the planet. Aliens won't come here. I'll tell you what, ETs, they're here rampant. Are you kidding? Do you think for a minute that they are going to land on the White House lawn? We shoot at them. We purposely call them in and shoot at them. We harm them. We capture them. We're nasty. And you might say, well, they abduct us. And I looked at studies, and it was just off the charts that every single person abducted, when they came out of the fear of seeing something that was frightening for them as humans, when they actually went to hypnosis, said that it was a positive experience and that they were absolutely benevolent. And they see us as malevolent, and that they won't approach us directly because of that, and that we are not ready for them. We're not ready for them. They're not going to save us. We hold that power. And so when we do that, we will earn our place out there in this bigger game, which will be very exciting. So we don't have to kill each other and do all kinds of crazy stuff to get excitement anymore. We can actually go into a space that's absolutely thrilling and sometimes scary because somebody looks different. You've got to be kidding. We're so conditioned to go into fear. They are here, they're being seen, and they're letting us know in the way that they can without us taking them out or going into a panic. And more people want this. I don't know if we're going to see them in my lifetime. I mean, truly join with us. I don't know if it's going to happen. I thought at one point, but I see that there's so much control over the fear in placing that in us to believe that, this is all going to be a bad thing and all kinds of manipulation. I just think that they are going to step back. Now, supposedly they're not going to allow us to blow ourselves up. I don't know what that means. I hope they wouldn't let us blow ourselves up, but it might mean that we're going to be extinct. Would that be a bad thing? Do you think, so I'm going to ask you this, do you think it would be a bad thing if humanity just ended? I don't know about that. We are indestructible. You cannot be destroyed. You live on, so you wouldn't end. You just go off to a new adventure. I'm not sure the suffering and the things that we do on this planet is worth keeping this species going. I know that we're going into a golden, beautiful era, and that so many people are going to participate in that. But there will be so many others that don't. So the question is, if we continue to destroy our planet and one another, should we be allowed to progress as a species? What is that conclusion? And so you might say, well, the Illuminati or Cabal or whatever names we get, naming people again, we think we know who's doing what, and we know nothing. So the question is, if they decided to take out most of humanity, don't you think they're thinking the same thing? That we are destructive and that we are at the root of what is causing this planet to go down to hell in a handbasket? Is that such an evil thought for them, to want a smaller population that can work together? Is that such a terrible thought? Now, how they would create that to happen might not be nice, but I wonder if what we think is so terrible is so terrible. There are 101 ways to look at any one person's opinion, and I'm not agreeing with that. But I know one thing, that we continue to procreate and destroy. And it has to end, and it starts with you. And if you do not start making different choices, then you will not experience the golden era that is already in play. I sense a gathering of light workers that will continue to support one another, that will not give this other craziness attention. And so you won't see, if you join this movement, you won't see the insanity. You'll be aware of it, but you will no longer entangle with it and feel that the world's a horrible place. You will be part of the change makers creating the new one. And it will be unpleasant to know that this is going on, but you will go into the state of peace, the golden era, a little boredom. You won't be watching the stories that are going on because we've read them all. You'll know that there are other life forms here, and that is absolutely beautiful and natural. You know that they're experiencing here what we have and are experiencing, that there's horrific, horrible things going on with humans, and that we don't want to participate in it, and neither do they. So are you ready for this? Because you're going to see some big, big changes. People want me to tell them what the events are. I can't. I don't know. But I'm having quite prophetic dreams. And they're massively powerful ones. There are huge mansions with various things going on each of them, and they all have somewhat of a challenge. But the abundance and the communities are very positive. The challenges are still there, but there's no panic or conflict within any of these. Let's just say visions through dreams. There are just challenges and communities that come together to solve them, but there's no struggling and suffering like we have here now. This, I feel, is available right now for all of us. And if you want to participate, it's available to you. So we're going to see some things starting to happen. Of course, I will talk about them as we move forward. But I'm seriously struggling to come up with anything other than the same message, is that participate in the golden era, or you will continue to play the Matrix on its lowest program. Because the Matrix program is anything you want it to be. You're either on the leaderboard. It doesn't mean everybody else is. So you think, oh, well, this is how it is. No, it's for those who choose the higher form of the program. And it's going to test you, and you're going to be okay with it because it's not going to be so horrific, and you're going to experience some amazing, beautiful things, and you're going to live a completely different life that all of a sudden that you might have looked down on makes perfect sense. And the need or want for things is going to really disappear for you, yet you will have beautiful things and new experiences. You will get to see things you never thought possible, maybe orbs or light beings. You will have psychic abilities you didn't even dream of. You'll start to pay attention to your dreams because they're opening a door to other timelines, past, present, future. Because your ego defenses are down in dreams, pay attention because you will get to participate in some things going on in that wonderful world where there are no barriers. Are you ready to do that? It's available right now. So those of you who haven't read my book, Break Through Fear, Your Spiritual Butt Kick. If you even read just the first few pages, you don't even have to read the whole book. It's just how it is. It's powerful, it's freeing, and it will tell you exactly what all of this is and what's available to you and how you can absolutely go into a life that you never thought possible for yourself. Those of you who want to do something amazing with how you earn and live a life and pursue a training where we take you through creation of whatever you want. We work with you to say, what does that look like? It may not be anything you imagined. Then we build out, through business skills that you will learn, we build out your business and we help you to monetize it and I stay with you. We have live coaching. It's an online course. We have a blast. You're in company where everybody is welcome to speak about whatever, and nobody thinks you're crazy. And it's very professional, and it's very heartfelt and spiritual, but at the same time, we take it seriously. We're building real businesses, some pretty exciting ones. It's a new world. You want to participate, or you can make fun of things and sit in your world that's limited. That's not a lot of fun for me. I don't know about you. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully not because something horrific happened, but because something beautiful did. You get to decide. Namaste.